Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. And this is one kind of unusual session, I would say, because usually there is no follow-up to the multi-bagger session or the investment mantra session. But this time we are making an exception. So first thing first, I wish you a very happy new year to all of you. Wish you a very healthy, happy and a rocking new year. Uh, we had met during our December multi-bagger session. After that December multi-bagger session, we saw market correcting. I mean, December was the phase where the market corrected very extremely. And then all these stocks, wherein we are talking about these multi-bagger 8 stocks, none of the stock have hit the stop loss. Some of the stocks are just at the buying zone. Some of the stocks are little below buying zone, or some of the stocks are doing some 12-14% higher than our buying zone. But this session is planned in such a way that I would also let you know the market structure. What are the expectations from the market in coming, let's say, first quarter and then for the rest of the year. So I thought I should share these things with you because it is very easy for me to conduct a session in the month of December and suggest you a few multi-baggers. But then holding on to those stocks, especially when the market is not favorable or somewhat consolidating or going in a way sideways, will be a very tough, difficult job. And at that point in time, a rookie or a new trader, fresher, a retailer will always have this challenge understanding what should be the approach or how he or she should deal with these kind of investment, whether to exit from these investments or how do we look at it. So all these things, so many questions must be popping through your mind. And here is my attempt to answer those questions and also to take a review about all those 8 stocks and also to understand what kind of a positive or a negative thing that's going to happen in market and how it is going to impact the multi-bagger stocks, right? So make sense? Does it sounds like a good plan for the day? 1 hour session we have. And I thought, see, generally it's like if I have conducted a session about multi-baggers in the month of December, and then eventually the way Nifty has panned out or the way market has panned out, I feel there is a need of this follow-up session. And that's the very reason why we are conducting this session. If you have any specific expectations from this session, 1 hour session, please type in your message in the chat so that I can read that and will try to answer that if time permits. Okay, so first thing first, there are a couple of videos which I have created in the month of December. So practically I was not here for the I would say last 10 to 12 days. I was not available here in Mumbai and I was traveling with my family. Point here is that during that phase, Nifty corrected extensively up till 20th of December. But on 20th of December, I recorded a video. The video was about Nifty and overall market structure, wherein let me take you on the Nifty chart so that we'll understand that thought process. And the very purpose of this webinar, you will understand how what is there in my mind and what is the specific reason why we are doing this particular follow-up webinar. Cool. Superb. So Sankalp is saying more multi-bagger stocks, please. Arey, let us understand the market tone or what is expected in market in the next coming 3 months or maybe 6 months or a year. So let us understand that part. I am sure some of you must have seen the latest video about Nifty view. Okay, if you have not seen that video, That link of that video will be somewhere here. I'm not sure. यहाँ पे होगा नहीं होगा. Oh, I have all this Krupal Amanna showing awesome. What is this? Bangalore Bakery. I love this guy. Krupal Amanna. I need growth model. Superb. So growth module is there. And these are the two videos I'm talking about. Okay. So when to invest in IPO is one of the videos. There are many IPOs which were listed during this year 2021, last year. So how do you select stocks in IPO? So before the stock is listed, at the time of IPO, you can really avoid that, and how to deal with that kind of a situation is discussed over here in this particular video. Second most important part is that market trend, Nifty. How many of you have seen this video? Market trend, stock market basics, market trend. We are talking about the current market trend. This video was created on 21st of December. कितने लोगों ने देखा है ये वीडियो? So this video was created on this day. Okay, I was there at Amritsar on that particular day. Only one person have seen the video. बाकी के लोगों ने नहीं देखा है. So just ensure you go to Growth Module का channel on YouTube and then you see this video, market trend. देखने के बाद पता चलेगा क्यों मैंने कहा था इस वीडियो को देखने के लिए, and how that will be helpful for you to understand how market is poised right now. Okay, so that will be one important aspect. So if you see this video, I'm just repeating briefly what is mentioned in this video. In this video, on this particular day, on this day, 21st of December, I had categorically suggested that my target for Nifty would be 17,507 will be the first target. Second target would be 17,766. This target just got completed a couple of days back. And the third target that I'm expecting will be approximately 18,134. Oh, my bad. So this is my third target, which is not yet completed. So what is the purpose of this webinar, today's webinar? Now this information is already there in the video. Why am I sharing this with all of you? Because as I can clearly see, out of 36 participants, only one person have seen this particular video. That means not many have seen the video. So essentially what has happened during these so many days, what you have missed. Today is 8th of Jan, and during this phase, market has completed two of our targets. Okay, and after completing these two targets, I still expect Nifty to again come back to this level. $17,500. Again, it should come around here. And if it comes around here, from there, we'll see a very quick kind of a rally up till this 18,100, right? So if by any chance, before budget, we are expecting this to happen as a budget rally, pre-budget rally, right? So pre-budget rally ke point of view, say if Nifty manages to close above this 18,600, then very quickly we might see Nifty reaching to 19,500. Okay, but there is if and but. What is if and but? If Nifty breaks above this 18,604, then and only then we can expect that target of 19,500. Or otherwise, what might happen is that from this 18,135, Nifty will again start correcting. Nifty will again show us a bearish bias. Is this point understood to all of you? Now, most of you might feel that we are going to talk about, I'm here to talk about multi-bagger session. then why I am suddenly getting into Nifty analysis and why I am forcing you to listen to my Nifty analysis and my viewpoint? Because if you look at Indian markets very closely, this Nifty 50 is in a way a barometer to India's progress. How many of you agree with me on this point? Nifty indicates or Nifty tells us about the progress Indian economy is making. And from that point of view, this entire rally or correction in Nifty is going to decide what is headed, what is in store in Indian stock market for the next year, for the year 2022. Right? How many of you agree with me on this point? I want answers from all of you. Don't be reluctant to type. ऐसा मत सोचिए कि बाकी के लोग आंसर कर देंगे और आपको नहीं करना है. It's not your responsibility. This will actually tell me कि engagement कितना है, कितने लोग सेशन पे फोकस कर रहे हैं. I genuinely expect you to benefit from this session, right? Because है तो हमारा ये follow-up session है, free session है. I'm not charging anything for this session, but the pointers that I'm sharing are going to be absolutely important for all of you. Okay. Now, if these three targets are there, and if there is a possibility that Nifty might reach to this target of 18,134, and from there it might retrace. So then there is a possibility that we might see a new lower low in Nifty. That is one possibility. So this kind of up till this 18,100 and beyond that will be a kind of gray area for us. Now that depend exactly on how the price is going to be around budget, right? So around budget, if we see that the price has already zoomed up above these levels and price is reaching to, let's say, 19,000 or somewhere over there, there are indications about price reaching to 19,000. But if that happens, that will be unprecedented rally, because in next 20 days it has to happen before budget, or before budget it has to happen in the month of January or maximum February. But if it doesn't happen in that way, then we might see a longer period of consolidation. Mind you, listen to me and understand me very clearly. Do not take this market lightly. Like so many people have seen market from March 2020 and they have only seen market progressing. They are thinking like it's a stock market is like a good bull run, right? So that is not the case here right now. So from here we have seen an unprecedented rally up till here, up till October. But then after October, this correction, and after this correction, this bullish retracement is going to be one important phase of Indian market. And this development, this new development has forced me or pushed me to conduct this today's session. Okay, this is the whole point. So I'll just explain that two different possibilities. Let's say if we have one more chart wherein I'll show you Bank Nifty, because this is also one important aspect. See, banking stocks for some or the other reasons are not currently performing, right? This is Bank Nifty ka chart. So this is how I had portrayed in the video, YouTube video on this day. On this day, we were talking about these targets, 37,000 and 37,900. So both indices have completed two targets, right? Are you getting what you are missing? Because you have not seen those videos in a timely manner. On this day, I had given these targets and there is a third target as well. But if everything goes well, just for everyone who's attending today's session, there is a greater possibility that market before budget might reach to this 40,100 level. Okay. If this has to happen, what does it mean for an equity investor? Investors के लिए इसका मतलब क्या होगा? Who can answer this? If Bank Nifty has to reach to 40,000 mark, what does it mean for an investor? Equity investor के लिए उसका मतलब क्या होता है? Good ROI, profit, कहाँ पे? Pick better banking stocks. Mohan, you are absolutely right. So find banking stocks, better stocks in banking sector, and just jump onto it. ICICI will be my choice. Yagnish, right? As we discussed in the last webinar. ICICI will be my first choice. State Bank of India will be another choice. These are the two banks. Then Kotak Bank, Axis Bank, and Canara Bank. Yes, Yagnish, Canara Bank will be again one important bank. So make a note of this, because if these are the targets that are going to get completed, I expect a quick surge in prices. So if let's say Bank Nifty reaches to this level, 40,000, which is about 6%, then ICICI Bank go on to make a new all-time high. That is my expectation. This is as per the study. I'm suggesting that Bank Nifty in that case would go on to make a new high, all-time high. And that's how I want you to look at the way market is behaving, and then you pick some better banking stocks which will give you profit. Now, the warning sign, how do we look at it? Let's say if we get these levels where the market get resisted around 40,000 level. So if market get resisted over here, then again there will be some degree of correction. Now here I'm talking in terms of if and but, right? If we break out above this 41, then very quickly that 42 and the further targets, they will get completed. But if we stuck somewhere around this zone and this zone, then it might retrace, consolidate, market might can go sideways, or market can correct, fall further, because we have already seen a 1.5 year bull market, and then there is a possibility, potential correction is possible in market. Now, if market does not cross this 40,000 confidently, okay, if market does not sustain above this level decisively, then in that case, we have to be cautious about our equity investments. So when I'm saying you have to be cautious about your equity investment, don't go and empty your portfolio, which is a long-term portfolio. I'm talking in terms of, let's say, someone who had bought, let's say, any stock around these levels, okay, at the top level or very recently, then you have to be worried, because you're looking at a long-term profit or long-term trade, a short-term trade, and that short-term trade might not work as expected. Is this point understood? Whatever I'm saying, is it making sense to all of you? This phase, post budget thing, will be little crucial. Okay. And if that has to happen, then most of the market participants will consolidate. There are again two possibilities. I'll share that part as well. Let's say, now if I draw another tool, this everything will pop up. Okay, dekhte hain. So the possibility that I'm talking about is, from here, market might go here, then in an upwardly manner up till here, and then again downward. Okay, don't target on this price like 14,000 or 15,000. Don't target on that. This is just an illustration. Or it might so happen that from here it might go in an upwardly manner, and then that 19,500 is one of the target that we have. So both these possibilities are there, and this generally in technical analysis, this does not happen. I mean, we'll get accurate clarity once the price reaches to this level, 18,100, and then after that, what's going to happen will be kind of a very constructive or very clear sign that we can see. The only reason I'm conducting today's webinar is for a very simple purpose, that if there is some more fall in the market, then you can assume that during this entire 2022, market will not make a new all-time high. Market, as in I'm talking about Nifty. If price from 18,100 is resisted to cross this 18,600, अगर प्राइस, मैं फिर से रिपीट करता हूं, अगर प्राइस 18,600 के ऊपर डिसाइसिवली क्लोज नहीं होती है, उसका मतलब ये होगा कि इस पूरे 2022 के साल में निफ्टी विल ईदर कीप ऑन कंसोलिडेटिंग और इट विल कीप ऑन करेक्टिंग डाउनवर्ड्स. ये पॉइंट हमेशा याद रखिए. If that is going to happen, then you will have to re-look at your multi-bagger stocks. Are you now getting the purpose of today's webinar? Are you understanding what I'm trying to convey here? Because if there is not a bigger public participation in market, if the prices are not aggressively bought, then the market will keep on struggling or consolidating at the current levels, or maybe push towards little downwardly direction. So in that case, we'll have to timely book our profits. And what are those levels that we are going to discuss today here? Do we have any questions with respect to the view that I have shared about Nifty and Bank Nifty first? You can unmute and ask, and we can spend some 10 minutes in this discussion, and then we'll start talking about individual stocks, individual multi-bagger stocks that I have shared with all of you. Any questions? Maybe if I have missed any question which you have shared earlier, that is also welcome.
Hi, sir. Good evening. This is Mohan here.
Yes, Mohan.
So we should look at Nifty closing on a weekly basis, right? Nifty and Bank Nifty. That's what we need to look at.
Yes, yes. Weekly would be a good time frame. Yes.
So roughly we have another 2 or max maybe 3 weeks. So maybe in another week we might get an indication on the trend.
Yeah. In this coming week, we should ideally complete this target of 18,100 in this coming week. So my expectation is that on Monday, Tuesday, we should get a shakeout, and price primarily first should reach to 17,500 or at least 17,600. And from there, there will be another bounce, another rally, and that will take the price to 18,100 is my expectation. What happens after 18,100 will be a bigger question. Now, if we break out above 18,600, nothing like that, the price will very quickly reach to, let's say 19,200 or 19,500. That is one possibility. But then, yes, you are right. Weekly time frame is something where we should look for, and also closing on that weekly time frame will be critical, important with these particular levels into mind.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yes, and for Bank Nifty, the level is 40,000, 40,100.
40,000.
40,100.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Any further question? कोई सवाल है और? Sankalp, it is very easy for us to be optimistic, isn't it? There is nothing wrong in being optimistic. But then I am taking this responsibility, like in the month of December, as per the Fibonacci and as per everything that we have calculated, we could see a target of 23,100. That is still there. On some day, it is going to get completed. But then imagine if this entire year 2022, if the market is not doing anything and just doing some time pass, sideways ja raha hai, will you be happy holding all the equities that you are holding right now and they are not generating any returns? So for an example, I was just studying, I was just going through different charts, and I realized that Tata Motors has not generated any profit for their investors since 2013. So let's say someone who had bought Tata Motors in 2013, the price is still the same. Had someone bought Tata Motors somewhere here in 2013, so still the price is approximately same. It has not given a single rupee profit to the person who had bought around this zone, like let's say 2014. So पिछले 7 साल में टाटा मोटर्स ने कुछ मुनाफा दिया नहीं है. और वैसा सिचुएशन अगर एक साल के लिए भी होता है निफ्टी में, so everyone who is like beating their chest कि मैंने यहाँ पे 80% बनाया, मैंने 100% बनाया है, अल्कली अमाइन जैसे स्टॉक में 200% बना है. There are many multi-bagger stocks wherein people have got a lot of money, like TTML and everything. So they are going to be unhappy about it, isn't it? So I just want to understand, Sankalp, how you will think. So मैंने आपसे कहा था कि निफ्टी will reach to 23,100, और मैं ही आपसे आज कह रहा हूं कि थोड़ा निफ्टी का एनालिसिस करंट लेवल पे जो बाइंग या सेलिंग हो रही है उसे देख के डाइसी लग रहा है. So which feedback you will appreciate more? What do you think? So point ये है, because it is our money, because it is our hard-earned money, so we have to be cautious about it. Because अगर market bullish रहेगा ना, तो पैसा तो आराम से बनने ही वाला है आपका. बट देन देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग इन बीइंग कॉशियस विद आवर अप्रोच, है ना. अगर हमें कहीं पे ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस या स्टॉप लॉस लेने की जरूरत पड़ती है, तो फॉर द टाइम बीइंग वी कैन टेक आउट आवर मनी फ्रॉम मार्केट, एंड वंस द dust settles, once we get a clear signal, then we can again go back and enter the market. ये हमारे लिए ज्यादा आसान रहेगा, isn't it? That will make a lot of sense.